When you guys when you were developing this project, was there ever talk about how like kind of the breakdown of the type of comedy you guys wanted to tackle this time around? Because the last time was a lot more physical, and maybe this time around you wanted to try something different.
You know, I don't think it was approached that way. It just you know, I think we were attracted to it because it was different, but it was already kind of written from the beginning as a more of family comedy, more obviously, hopefully some funny ways of commenting on all of that, but at the same time, at its center was a story about this blended family and the complications that happens with this situation.
It's really nice to see a film about because families now, the definition of family is so different from maybe
Yeah.
even 10 years ago, and so being fathers yourself, was that kind of an interesting kind of topic for both of you to be a part of in terms of like discussing the new family for this era?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I think, and also making sure that, you know, even though we're adversarial, there's still not a bad guy necessarily in the movie, and that, because Mark didn't want to play someone who didn't, you know, have redemptive qualities, and it's nice to see them kind of, you know, stop acting like children and start acting like adults at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's good that you can kind of root for either one of these guys, but ultimately you really root for them to come together, you know, in the best interest of the children.
Have you ever tried to use your fame to kind of impress your kids in any way? And like when you do, they're like, you know, like are your kids kind of at this place where nothing's cool enough, even though dad like
I've
does?
just used my connections to other famous people that which will then impress my kids. So,
How so?
you know, meeting other athletes, meeting Taylor Swift, meeting, you know, concerts and sporting events and things of that nature.
And it works?
Yeah, temporarily.
The problem is it can work, but then it sets a certain expectation level that this is the way it always is.
Yeah,
So we're
the cool
constantly,
factor
yeah.
only lasts for so long.
Yeah.
But then hopefully it comes to the appreciation. You know, being really appreciated is far more important than being considered cool by your kids.
To kind of be good dads then, can you define what that is to you guys and what it means to kind
Yeah,
of
like being a disciplinarian, you know, that's not going to make you look cool, right? That's going to kind of suck, but they'll appreciate it in the long run.
So in this situation, are you good cop, bad? Is there a division of kind of like
Between my wife and I,
Yeah.
at times, but, you know, she's not having that anymore because dad comes home and dad's the nice guy. No, it's not working. I'm off working, you know, I'm traveling and doing stuff, and, you know, I come home and then all of a sudden I get to be the nice guy. No, she's had to be holding down the fort and laying down
Yeah.
the law. So, it's, yeah, you get slapped with the bad cop.
do you have similar kind of
You know, we're usually on the same page, and in fact, almost always. And the few times that I've tried to set up a special circumstance, like, hey guys, with me, you can play video games while mom's at the grocery store. Just don't say anything, all right? And then they instantly blow it. Mom, Dad, let's play Xbox. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Now you wrecked it. Yeah. Wait. I tried to give you a little safe haven, and now you've totally ruined it. So it always backfires on me.
one of the nice things I love this pairing because in this case there really isn't a straight man, you know, because both of you kind of do stupid stuff and like the
Yeah.
other person. So if you can talk about that, because I think in general, when people first see the two of you, they would naturally assume that you're the straight guy compared to your. So I'm just, if you can maybe talk about that, because it's nice to see that both of you at some point are idiots. So I don't know if that's
Yeah, we have Linda as the straight lady. I mean, we're kind of both equally flawed and crazy.
But I think it reflects so well on Mark that he's, you know, obviously we both enjoy being funny, but we also want to make the best movie we can. So neither of us are threatened when Hannibal comes into the scene and is so funny, or Thomas Hayden Church is saying the craziest stuff, and it just adds to the audience's experience. Because I think, you know, for one character to kind of dominate the comedy through the whole thing and everyone else just goes, what's going on? It can just get boring for the audience. And the kids they're super funny at times, just playing it straight, and you know, whether they're excited or mad at us or whatever. So all of that kind of coming together was a very conscious effort to make sure that everyone gets to a chance to kind of share the ball.
To have Hannibal kind of be in this film, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a great choice. And I'm just
Yeah.
curious, at this point, are there any funny male or female people that you still want to kind of really work with, that you're kind of fans of, and maybe in the next project you might want to do some stuff with?
Huh,
There's loads of talented
there's-
people out there I'd love to work with. Just
It kind
a
of just
matter of finding
depends,
the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, yeah.
Last thing, because I feel like comedy's in this good place right now, and there's so many opportunities for funny people to kind of really shine these days. And so, I'm just curious what your take is on the state of comedy and being part of, this new.
I hope it. Yeah, I hope it can continue to be this commodity that is still valuable to Hollywood and the studios, because it, generally speaking, it seems like comedy is hanging in there, and it's silly to say, but people are always going to look for an outlet and look for a chance to spend 90 minutes where you can just kind of forget your regular life and just sit and have a great time and laugh. And as long as that stays true, I think we'll get to kind of continue to make funny movies.